Hi guys. I was trying to do readings with witches this weekend, but uh, family birthday stuff and um, Mother's Day stuff going on and uh, some other stuff. So I am late because I'm planning on doing this like every weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. So you're gonna get probably, hopefully two, so that I'm caught up. Because I already had the cards set up. Um, to do this, I just didn't sit down to read them. Um, because the weather changes and stuff just get my ears going. So, anyway, I'm going to be using the crystal keys again because what I wanted to do was do more ancient and feminine because of it being Mother's Day weekend, and I didn't, I wanted to get this out there. Of course, I'm going to use my Santa Muerte, my Miss Cleo, my Apocalypsis Tarot, the Crow, Druidcraft, my new Bradley Tarot because I wanted to utilize that to work with, Santa Muerte Oracle, the Elike Oracle, the Shihu Oracle, and my Journey of the Goddess Realm Oracle. So we're going to start with rune readings first. So I figured this time I was going to start with the runes this time. I'll scratch my arm, it itches. So got my witch's runes out and my other runes, but yeah, I thought that I would stick this in and start it this way this time. So, and I am going to start getting back into studying these because, I want to learn the proper pronunciations for these and stuff and get back into doing runes. So, oddly enough, when I started in practice, I started with runes. That was a long millennial ago, before tarot. So, but anyway, because this is in reverse, whatever financial investment, well, not just financial, but whatever you were planning on investing in, don't do it. Don't do it. If you missed out on an opportunity for something like that, be grateful, because the shit's about to hit the fan with that, whatever it was. Put my glasses on, because that was the first thing that I get the light off the pencil here. Yeah, be grateful that you missed out on that. Because there's gonna be like some type, like I said, the shit's gonna hit the fan. There's gonna be some type of disruption. So whether it's disruption with you, or had you went into the investment, it would have caused a disruption. Well, not, any kind of project or whatever that you were looking into. So, and it's okay to walk away from a situation. Be glad. It's okay to walk away. And, whatever you're putting your time and effort into, stick to that. If it's something positive, keep focusing on whatever you're putting your time and effort into, and walk away from whatever the situation is. You're having, there's something here with divine feminine, and guidance and manifestation, and taking flight, travel, something with communication, something with the mail, the snail mail also. So maybe doing some spirit communication. If you've not been doing a lot of that lately, you might want to start that back up. Um, if you do any kind of like divination or anything concerning animals, now might be a good time to do that. I didn't have the box sitting out, but this is the other Mythical Goddess Tarot that I used with that. Okay, so with the Four of Wands, we've got a lot to do with coming together, celebration. Well, maybe there was some kind of project or something that you accomplished and you've worked on, or things are going the way that you want them to go with a collaboration project or something that you're working on. With the Eight of Pentacles, the flower agate, this has a lot to do with creativity, something that's been handmade, whether you're working on something with somebody who's handmaking something, but really being focused and investing in craftsmanship and loving what you do. There's a difference between having a job and just utilizing it to pay the bills and really loving what you do. So this is more about loving whatever it is that you're doing, and with the creativity process of it, and the the craftsmanship. It's more about loving what you do versus whatever it gets you. With the Nine of Batons, this has a lot to do with workings with the moon, and the Scorpio energy. With that, let me look at my paper here. Yeah, the Scorpio energy. See, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Scorpio energy. This has a lot to do with animal divination. If you're the type of person that does any type of divination with animals, a lot about your intuition, and dogs especially are very intuitive animals, and usually they're really good judges of character. So this has a lot to do, especially like if you have pets, keeping your pets close to you, because they're going to sense it before you do. So, and going out in nature and looking a lot at animal behavior and doing some type of like spiritual divination with animals, and taking walks outside, and spirit communication. Again, because I got this the last time, this is a lot about putting the crown back on your head, and public acknowledgement and public celebration for something that you have accomplished or a group of people have accomplished. Again, here too with intuition, like that's just like especially with whatever guides or ancestors or deities that you work with, they're really getting on you about intuition and watching stuff. Just really being on your toes. And you're getting some type of acknowledgement. And with this card, there's whatever you've accomplished, it's really pissed somebody off. And they feel like because you've accomplished something. Either someone's going to stab you in the back because they're mad at whatever. That's why I said earlier it being okay to walk away, whether because you felt someone has stabbed you in the back or going to stab you in the back. But there's a lot of backstabbing in the situation going on. Maybe because of all the water and stuff, there's a lot of emotion. The red, like in some pantheon, there's red, so you really need to really work on some protection magic, and just really being on your toes with that. This has to do with pride, like the lion prides and stuff. So maybe it's time to consider looking at new leadership or possibly no leadership at all. Finding a new pride, new tribe. Maybe. Maybe, or going rogue and being like the rogue and just doing things on your own. Again, with the animal divination and emotion here. This has a lot to do, though, too, with purification, and third eye type of stuff. Something with medical, because there's something going on, either, study or something with medical. Your deity, guides, ancestors, whatever, are kind of trying to protect you from something, because the way that they're, kind of covering up the heart, that might have something to do with your heart chakra, and the blue, speaking your truth. So I know that's the blue chakra's got a lot to do with speech. So and reflection. You need to take some time, just like with the Ten of Swords, you need to reflect on some things. Take time for self-reflection. And again, with the Lotus and purification. So that's something that you might want to look at. Again, with this particular Fool, this again is about starting over and looking at things from a different perspective. Again, with gathering what you value and getting the heck out of Dodge. And walking away from a situation that's not going to go anywhere with whatever it is, right? And again, with the heart right here. So there's yeah, the heart here, and then the blue. So this has to do a lot with that. Music is therapy. So I don't know, blast your radio somewhere and dance like there's no tomorrow. That's really good therapy. And again, the candle with guidance. And the butterfly, wishes being granted. And again, pat yourself on the back for what you've accomplished, and take time to find somebody to celebrate with. Share a little Debbie, or so a couple glasses of pop, whatever, and get together. And again, watch your back, and be very careful what's being offered to you. Be very intuitive on that. So anyway, guys, we're going to get on to the oracle portion of this. Okay, so Zenith, she is all about preparation and strategy and planning, and just kind of being the guard, so again, with being on guard, but you also need to be preparing and be utilizing strategy and kind of really taking it slow and planning things out. Of course, embracing your inner bitch um, is really prevalent right now, and putting yourself, it's a lot to do with focusing on yourself, at the same time, taking that time for yourself so that you're prepared for whatever you got coming and going on. So with this card, crap. Yeah, be prepared. I'm trying to fix it because I write all this stuff down. This is also about being focused and being flexible, time management, being organized, and really putting effort into what you do. But do it for the right reasons, because if you don't, it's going to cause you stagnation. Not ignoring red flags. Not being a people pleaser. Time management. That type of thing. And the boundaries card. I think this is also something, again, with water. Reflect on things. Again, like red flags. Don't ignore the red flags. Protection, because again, in some pantheons and stuff, red is protection. Go out in nature. Touch grass. I cannot pronounce. I thought it was an E. Scathach? I'll have to look that up. I don't know how to pronounce the goddess's name. But also during this time, it's all about doing a reset on your boundaries and maintaining your boundaries. Maybe kind of looking, how you used to go back in the day and see what fences are broken. So maybe some time to examine that and make sure nothing can get through your fence. So, you need to really sit down and reassess and set your boundaries and, take that time for self-reflection to figure out how you need to do that. Again, there's a lot of emotion, and blue, again, with truth. Speaking truth, just like with the blue in here, and the purple with spirit. So, but anyway, guys, that was the reading, and you'll hopefully get one this weekend, because that was supposed to be for Mother's Day. But peace, love, and light, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.